Broken glass, like a windshield or car window. These tire tracks were left by a large vehicle. The tracks correspond to those of the pickup truck that was identified as the killer's. There's something here. A bare footprint. The safe is locked. Can't force it. I really don't need the sheriff on my back. This old shack must be at least a century old. If only its walls could talk. This painting is depressing. Such drab colors. Half the floorboards are pulled out. Half the floorboards are pulled out. Smells pretty musty in there. This food tray reeks of the chemical cleansers the killer uses. I won't find any fingerprints on it. An old film. The Glass Key. Haven't seen it. Then again, I haven't exactly had much time to become a movie buff. American painters. Somebody trying to bring back bad memories? A matchbox. I hope I won't have to use it. Small metaler safe with a digital lock, LK model. I think there are smudges on the buttons of the digital lock. I might be able to get prints. The rest of the prints are no good. Damn. book is about nuclear war. It's from the 50s. A chemistry textbook. The preferred literature of murderers everywhere. Book on American painters. Somebody trying to bring back bad memories? A book written by one Stephen Bachman. A horror novel. A book written by one Stephen Bachman. A horror novel. A book on forensic medicine. It's open to the chapter Trepanation. This is Claire's kind of thing. Me, not so much. There's a lock of hair being used as a bookmark. But whose? Small metal safe with a digital lock, LK model. A chemistry textbook. The preferred literature of murderers everywhere. This book is about nuclear war. It's from the 50s. The Blue Dahlia. That film came out in 1946, a year before the sad fate of the Black Dahlia. There's a hiding place here. A piece of wood has been moved. Maybe I'll find a fingerprint with the help of the kit. Sheriff Halloway poked around in the china cabinet, and she didn't mention it. So much for teamwork. Looks like there was an object here. Its trace in the dust is pretty clear. something here, but I can't see a thing in this light. Sentence. This weirdo is totally in character. I'm almost certain that there's something behind this blackboard. This coating seems very fresh. What are we trying to cover up? Old accounting book. It seems to be from the 20s. And out of order still. This cave was used to make moonshine. This is a base for a camera. Shelves filled with bottles. They look empty. Probably wouldn't find any great vintages anyway. A circular saw. God, I hope it's only for woodworking. The address on the cylinder. It's a gas station in St. George, Quebec. That matches what Hernandez said. A furnace. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while. There are burnt fragments under the furnace. It's not coal. Bit of plastic. There's part of a name. Lee. I bet it's a fragment of a credit card or something belonging to Dorothy Lee, the 8th victim.
Bad idea.
There's something here, but it's tiny. This looks like burnt hair. It's like being in an abandoned morgue. Claire would have a heart attack if she saw the state of this room. A little blood on an autopsy table. There's nothing more natural, Claire would say. But in a squalid cellar, not so much. Condemned door. I think there are traces on the wall. I can barely notice them with the naked eye. The microscope reveals tiny traces of color on the wall. They need to be analyzed.
It's not this. Bad idea.
It looks like a countdown clock. It's turned off. Something weird about the sleeve. There's a tear and some discoloration. Just as I expected. Stains that look like blood have appeared on the shirt. If I send this blood sample to Claire, she could perform a more thorough test. These look like drops of blood. Or tomato juice, I guess. But for some reason, I'm leaning toward the first theory.
Hi, Vic. How goes your stroll in the picturesque woods of rural Maine?
We haven't found Hernandez yet. I'm leading the investigation in the field with Garrus and the local police.
No trace of the killer?
He vanished without leaving a forwarding address, but I plan on tracking him down.
Look, I know this one's important to you, but still, be careful, okay?
Don't worry, Claire. I'll be sensible. And if I forget any of the textbook instructions, Garrus will remind me. I think I have something new to help ID the killer. I took blood samples on a lab coat from a man I haven't been able to ID. It could very well be the killer's blood. I'm sending you the results of the test I did.
Okay. I'll run a complete test and compare it with the other samples linked to the case.
What's new in the Chicago office?
Everyone's on the case. Miller is pulling all-nighters doing computer research, and Kingsley is running around stuffing his face with cookies. As for the boss, well, she comes in to see me every 10 minutes. When she's stressed, she almost makes me long for our old supervisor Browning, if that gives you any idea.
Stop it. She can't be worse than him.
I even got a call from Inspector Tate. He's ready to give us a hand, unofficially.
That William. He feels indebted since his nomination. All I did was give him a boost. It's thanks to his own skills that he succeeded. Do you know what happened to Hawker after he was fired from the FBI?
Not really. I think he went into security. I'll ask around, let you know. I have to go. Call me if you've got a problem.
It's impossible to open. It's locked. It's sealed. The floor has been scrubbed in this spot. Not a good sign. Shit. Given the amount of blood, someone's not having a good day. There are marks on the ground. Looks like a heavy object was dragged from here. Dolores Wilkins, the killer's first victim. It's locked. The electric chair that Hernandez mentions in the recordings should be right here. There's something shiny on the ground. What is it? Looks like little pieces of broken glass. Gotta take a sample. electric chair that Hernandez mentions in the recordings should be right here. I don't see anything. A lever. Maybe I'll find some fingerprints on it. Dora. Probably Dora Simon, the fourth victim. Olivia Wong, last victim in 2006. Joyce, as in Joyce Dickinson, the second victim. Janet Connolly is the third victim we found. A fuse box. The circuits are completely fried. This tap seems to be working. It'll be useful if I need water. I doubt this collar is just for decoration. These inscriptions seem really awkward. I wonder who actually wrote them. I knew it. It's the killer who wrote these inscriptions. Part of his sick little game. Message left by the killer. Too late. If he thinks he can throw me, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. There's nothing down here except for a rat. He seems to be in his element here. poster. I can't think of the actress's name. Damn, that piece of shit bit me! A message left by the killer. The antidote is kept in a cool place. I'm sure he thinks he's funny.
I wanted to verify a detail in the room. Nothing important.
I've already seen this room in the film sent by the killer. It's the ideal place for nightmares. It looks more like a torture chamber than a bathroom. It's locked. It's sealed. I feel better. Empty medicine bottles. This wasn't just aspirin. These are highly complex formulations. A receipt for medications, or rather medical concoctions. I'm no chemist, but this ain't cough syrup. The pharmacist's stamp is on the receipt. Dan Wilkinson. The pharmacy is in Holton, the county seat. The sheriff might know more. Looks like there's no water here. A terrarium. The snake that bit me must have been kept inside. Hey, there are fibers in this sample. fibers from a sampling pad. Somebody has already proceeded with analysis in this room. This electronic entryway has been short-circuited. Maybe Hernandez's work? This electronic entryway has been short-circuited. Maybe Hernandez's work? Bloodstained bandages. A test is in order. Handcuffs. They don't have pink fur, so I'm guessing they're not for playtime. The edge of the mattress is damaged. Bits have been pulled out. Old photographs. Probably left by the former occupants of this house. This is a base for a camera. There's something on this broken mirror.
This can't possibly work. Bad idea.
There's something on this broken mirror. There's a message smudged on the glass. Held underground. Hernandez must have passed through here to escape. It's quite a fall. There's a piece of paper in the stove. This is the flyer Hernandez told me about on the phone. In the recordings, the killer has called this the Room of Death's Betrothed. That explains the dress. Women's clothes. They may have belonged to the victims. Women's clothes. They may have belonged to the victims. Lock of hair. I have to find out whose. It's locked. The door doesn't look very solid. Traces of soot. Looks like the beginning of a fire. Shit, I didn't need this. The thought of going in there gives me nausea. Take a deep breath, McPherson. It's impossible to open. This lock is half dismantled. I don't know anything about electronics. What on earth is this thing for? There's something stuck on the satellite dish. Ew, old chewing gum. This device can be remote controlled. It's got a box with a receiver and a USB port. I don't have the stuff I need to do a more thorough test. Claire, on the other hand...
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
Well, Claire, are we filtering my calls? Since I don't hold grudges, I'm sending you a little gift. An old, chewed-up chewing gum. I ran a field test on the traces of saliva, but it gave no results. I hope you'll have better luck. Call me back. There's something behind the shelf. Looks like a dumbwaiter. The door's locked, and the call box seems to be out of order. The dumbwaiter must be stuck above. I'd need a rope to go down the shaft. Yuck, this fridge is disgusting. Dirty dishes. Maybe I'll find fingerprints on them. I doubt that Hernandez cooked. She must have left her fingerprint while eating. The fact that she ate is rather encouraging. The killer wants to keep her alive. Old dirty oven. I wouldn't bake cookies in that. There's a message scribbled on the newspaper. Who's next? Ah, the serial killer's eternal question. This phone is broken. The screeching door is the same as the best alarm system in the world. Looks like blood on this piece of rubber. There's been an explosion here. Looks like a stun grenade. hatch is closed and the lock looks rusty.
It'll never work.
An archery target. Well used, too. Perhaps we're on the trail of a modern-day Robin Hood. There's an electric fence surrounding the property. The power's been cut. An old rusty iron brazier. Probably used to burn weeds and debris. There are traces of vegetation. Blackened skulls of little animals. Charming. An aluminum can full of leaves and twigs. Sheriff, I have a few points to go over with you. Have you found anything special in the house?
Just clues regarding a local case. Nothing that concerns the FBI.
Really? What's it about?
We've been looking for a local hunter named Anderson. He's got nothing to do with your killer.
Have you taken samples from the house, Sheriff? If so, would you be so kind as to inform me?
I poked around. I'm a cop. It's my job. I haven't found anything relevant to your case.
If you say so, Sheriff. Don't forget we're supposed to be on the same side. I found a receipt with the address of Dan Wilkinson's drugstore in Holton. Do you know the owner?
Yeah, there aren't many pharmacies in Holton. It's a small town.
If you could contact Wilkinson now and question him. See if he remembers the client. Time is of the essence.
The FBI's wish is my command. Show me the receipt. I'll call Dan. Dan? Hi, it's Sheriff Halloway. I'd like some information on a receipt from your store. Okay, good. Thanks for your help. Tell Martha I say hi. Dan remembers a man in his 40s, black hair. Says he seemed nervous, kind of in a rush.
It's a bit vague, but it's better than nothing. Thanks for the info. I better call Claire to give her the killer's description. Sheriff, I have a few points to go over with you.
Flashlight? I only have one, and I need it. I'm sorry.
Mission 5.
So, Vic, do you need to confide in your old friend Claire?
I think I have something new to help ID the killer. A Holton pharmacist vaguely remembers a customer who could very well be our man. About 40 years old, black hair.
It's not much, but it will allow me to rule out some suspects. I'll enter it into my database.
The local sheriff is causing me hassles. I have the feeling she's trying to undermine my investigation.
Is this sheriff's name Halloway, by any chance?
Yeah, you've heard of her?
An hour ago. I got a phone call from a friend who works in the Portland lab. Sheriff Halloway has requested some tests of the utmost urgency. The sheriff claims she was working on Paloma Hernandez's disappearance. My friend called me because she knows that I've been in on the East Coast killer case from the start.
I think I should have a few words with the sheriff. Thanks for the tip. I'm looking for information on a case. An Anderson, male, who supposedly disappeared in Maine.
Let me search the database. I got something. Gary Anderson, 39, a farmer. His wife reported him missing 6 months ago. The case has been closed by the Portland office. Everything suggests that the disappearance was voluntary. The investigators concluded that Anderson had an affair. He probably disappeared to build a new life with his mistress.
Okay, Claire. Thanks for the intel.
I have to go. Call me if you've got a problem.
Sheriff, I have a few points to go over with you. Listen, Sheriff, I want this to be clear. I have proof that you sent samples to be analyzed without my authority. Here, it's the FBI who leads the investigation. If you forget that, or decide to ignore it, I'll break you.
Take it easy, Agent McPherson. Sounds like I've touched a nerve.
I don't have time to play who's the bitchiest. Believe you me, that is one contest you'll lose. So unless you want to be charged with obstruction of justice, I advise you to tell me what you found.
Okay. I took 2 samples, which I sent to the lab. They're yours. I also found this in the living room. It looks like some kind of electronic key.
Very good. I hope I won't have any other occasion to lose my temper with you, Sheriff.
We'll leave it at that, Agent McPherson.
Mission 5. Mission 5. Mission 5. Mission 5. Mission 5.
What's this? A pattern carved in the wood. Looks like some sort of insignia. I better photograph it. A military insignia. I need to ask Claire about this.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
I have a job for you, Claire. I'm sending you a clue to look at. A pretty little wood carving. Hernandez told us about this crossbeam. Metal grate. The ground is wet here.
Found some traces, but nothing too important.
Garrus, you don't have a flashlight by any chance?
Sorry, Agent McPherson. Not standard issue.
I thought you were the running around the woods at night with a huge flashlight type. You know, like on that famous show? I must be watching too much TV. Oh well, I'll manage. You're good at electronics, right? You might be able to help me. I found a locked Metalier safe, LK model. Any tips?
Metalier. I know that make. The LK is solid, but the electronic lock is rudimentary. There's only a limited number of characters you can use to make up the combination. I must have a file on this model in my database. Might come in handy.
Thanks, Garrus. It should help me to figure out the combination. I found some sort of electronic collar. Hernandez mentioned it on her voice recorder.
Interesting. Let me see. The collar can receive a signal which sets off an electric shock. The intensity is variable, but it can go high enough to be fatal. The lock is pretty secure. Whoever put this system together is a real pro. Nice work.
Good Lord, you're like a little kid with the latest gadget. Keep the collar. We'll send it to the lab later. And remember, no drooling on the evidence. I found a jamming system on the roof with an antenna and a remote control box. It's an ADSX system. Know anything about it?
Yeah, it's a scrambler, used by drug cartels. It's a very sophisticated device, of quite recent design. An ADSX system equipped with a satellite dish can avoid detection by GPS, as well as filtering or blocking phone communications.
I see. Does this kind of device cover a large area?
A few hundred yards. More than sufficient to isolate the house and its surroundings.
It's not surprising that Hernandez wasn't able to get back in touch with us. I found an electronic lock, half dismantled upstairs. Come take a look.
I think I might be able to open it, but it'll take me a while.
small metalir safe with a digital lock, LK model. There we go. The safe is open. Screenplays. The House of Terror. The Butcher of Massachusetts. Wow. An Oscar nomination's practically guaranteed. These stories sound twisted. And so is the hack who wrote them. There's no name on them, though. fingerprint's not on file. I need to get Claire in on this. It's locked. Locks of hair. They're labeled. Janet, Olivia, Susan. The killer's victims. This sicko made himself some sort of a morbid reliquary.
So, Vic, do you need to confide in your old friend Claire?
I think I have something new to help ID the killer. I've scanned a print that's not in my records. I'm sending it to you.
Okay, I'll look into it. I have to go. Call me if you've got a problem.
I'll get there. I just need a little more time. I spoke to one of the cops who are searching the forest. He gave me the lowdown on Holloway. The sheriff is on edge. Elections are around the corner, and she's not sure she'll be reinstated to her post. So she doesn't appreciate the FBI's arrival in her jurisdiction, stealing the spotlight.
Brilliant. You got a creepy house in the woods and a shifty sheriff. Man, I miss Chicago. I bet there's something on the mattress. A strand of hair. I better test it. The edge of the mattress is damaged. Bits have been pulled out. Handcuffs. They don't have pink fur, so I'm guessing they're not for playtime. There's a message smudged on the glass. Held underground.
I'll get there. I just need a little more time.
A matchbox. I hope I won't have to use it.
Mission 5.
There's a pretty clear shoe print. This tire track is quite narrow. Doesn't look like a car tire. If I get in touch with Claire, she may be able to give me more details.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
Hi, Claire. I'm sending you a clue to test. A motorcycle tire track.
Mission 5.
A metal grate. It must come from the gate. A footprint near the explosion. There's been an explosion here. Looks like a stun grenade. plate is covered with mud. I can't read the number. This tap seems to be working. It'll be useful if I need water. RZZ 354, New Hampshire. Claire could trace the plate number.
So, Vic, do you need to confide in your old friend Claire?
I think I have something new to help ID the killer. I found a plate number on an old truck. RZZ 354, New Hampshire.
I'll ask Kingsley to check it out. He can't refuse me anything. Talk to you later, Vic. Good luck.
Metal grate. The ground is wet here.
Mission 5.
I have nothing new to tell you, Agent McPherson.
Mission 5.
Yes, Claire?
I have a bit of information for you. The former owner of the truck remembers a name, sort of. Something like Parson or Carson or Manson. It's not much, but it's enough to exclude the rest of the phone book.
Nicely done, Claire. I better watch out. You'll have my job if I'm not careful.
In your dreams, I'll let you chase the villains. I'm just fine here behind my microscope. See you later.
I'll get there. I just need a little more time.
Looks like there's no water here.
I have nothing new to tell you, Agent McPherson.
Broken glass, like a windshield or a car window.
Mission 5.
Hernandez told us about this crossbeam. The oil lamp's empty. I'm gonna have to fill it if I want some light. Shit. I hate playing with fire. I have no other choice. There we go. The lamp is lit. One more match and I would have cracked. Electronic lock. It keeps the door secured. That's it. The door's open. Stinks of chemicals. It's locked. An outfit like the one the killer wears. It's not my size. This box has everything he needs to shackle the victims. No visible marks.
It's not this.
This box has everything he needs to shackle the victims. No visible marks. This box has everything he needs to shackle the victims. No visible marks. There's a bit of blood on the box. It's sealed. There are lots of chemical products on this shelf. Enough to open his own lab. This poor woman's body seems to have been here for a while. One of her hands has been chopped off.
never work.
This poor woman's body seems to have been here for a while. Ah, one of her hands has been chopped off.
It's not this. Bad idea. It'll never work. This can't possibly work.
Unbelievable. She's been dead for over 15 years. Why has this sicko preserved her body? An autopsy table. Recently used. If Miller saw this, he'd faint dead away. It's Hernandez's blood. Shit, there's so much of it. That does not bode well. The computer's on. Damn, it's password protected. This phone seems to be working. This phone seems to be working. Maybe I can analyze the system by connecting the key from the kit. A security system worthy of the paranoid. Not surprising. The computer's on. Collection of animal skulls. Are these trophies or objects of study? Both, I guess. These are books on cinema. Hollywood's golden age. The cinema of the 40s. They all deal with the same era. Looks like a few pages from a student thesis. No name, but it's on USC letterhead. USC's a university in Los Angeles, I think. I have to talk to Claire about this. It seems an interesting lead to follow. Copies of autopsy reports on the killer's victims. They're addressed to Paloma Hernandez. The killer must have taken them from the motel room. 27.5. These must be Hernandez's shoes.
Now here's the whole gang with a barbecue job on the Boogly Woogly Piggy.
Hernandez's purse and lipstick. Looks like the lipstick was used to write with.
I've just found something to see.
A pile of retro music CDs. Oh, so nostalgic.
And he really gets to do it solidly. You mean he really gets to do it solidly?
So, Vic, do you need to confide in your old friend Claire?
I think I have something new to help ID the killer. I came across a few pages of a thesis on cinema on USC letterhead. USC's a university in LA, right? I think the killer was a student there.
It's a very interesting lead. I'll contact the university and get a list of possible candidates. Talk to you later, Vic. Good luck. That's it. We have a name. Our suspect's name is David Carson.
Nice job, Claire. You're the best.
You can say that again. I love solving puzzles, but you're the one who found all the pieces.
We make a hell of a team. Finally, we have a solid suspect. Have you found a photo?
Not yet, sorry. I'm still searching. I'll call you back as soon as I have something.
Thanks again for your help, Claire.
Voila. It's open.
Well done, Garrus. Come on, Vic. Courage. Richard? Are you there? Richard? No one. As expected. Richard shouldn't get here for a while. That gives me the time to look around. The sink. No suspicious traces. A stove to warm up the long winter evenings. I've always wondered why Richard didn't get a proper radiator or something. It's impossible to open. This painting illustrates a tragic event in the life of my grandfather, Gus, and Ackerman's murderous madness. This painting illustrates a tragic event in the life of my grandfather, Gus, and Ackerman's murderous madness. Richard took up sculpture. The results are terrifying. A sketch made by Vladana Tominova. She was with my grandparents when they left Prague. Drawing represents the killer. I recognize his outfit. A photo of Richard as a child with his mother. Yes, that's Maria Valdez. It's impossible to open. Stack of handwritten letters. I'll scan the most interesting with my smartphone. Henry Allen is the son of Beatrice and Mark Ackerman. Richard, you are the murderer's grandson. Nothing to write home about here. Bunch of rags. Nothing to write home about here. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. A piece of black cloth. There are traces on it. It's the cape worn by the killer. Richard. Why? Solvents. Better not drop a match. Page taken from Herbert Ackerman's confessions. So it's Richard who borrowed them from Harrison by pretending to be Zarkovic. Zarkovic. God, that's it. I remember where I've seen that name. It was in that email Richard sent me when I was in New Orleans.
You're already here? It's good to see you. Did you have a nice trip? I hope that your stay in Los Angeles was a success. Vic, you look strange. What's going on?
Richard, I know you're Mark Ackerman's grandson.
It's true. I found out when my grandmother died a little over 2 years ago. It was such a revelation for me. At that point, I'd pretty much given up on my career as an artist to focus on running the gallery. Mark Ackerman's work moved me deeply.
But you always said that you only discovered Ackerman's paintings recently. Why lie?
Well, because of the art director. After the auction where he bought some of the paintings, he made himself out to be the genius who exhumed a forgotten artist's work. I didn't want to lessen his moment of glory and risk alienating him. The gallery needs funding, you know.
I found a page of Governor Ackerman's confessions in one of your drawers. Were you the one who went to see Inspector Harrison under the pseudonym Zarkovic?
That was an innocent bit of subterfuge. I was going to return the documents.
I found a black cape in the closet. It looks remarkably like the one the killer wore. There's still blood on it, in exactly the spot where I wounded him.
I don't understand how it could have got here. The murderer must be trying to set me up. By casting suspicion on me, he gets at you.
In that case, you won't mind me taking this cape to have the blood tested. I could also have a little look to make sure you don't have any trace of a wound.
Come on, Vic. Don't you trust me? It's me, Richard. You're Richard.
I did trust you, but that's impossible now. Richard, I may have quit the FBI, but I'm still a profiler. My gut tells me I'm not wrong. It's you, Richard. You've committed these horrible murders. My heart can't believe it, but my head knows it's true. You're not saying anything. Why, Richard? Why all this madness, this hatred? I need to understand.
Open your eyes, Victoria. Let me show you something. Agent McPherson? Agent McPherson, are you all right?
Sorry, Garrus. I was thinking of something else.
James Harker's about to arrive. I'm going down to meet him. Can I leave you alone? Are you going to be all right?
Everything's fine. I'll be right there. Come on, get a hold of yourself, Vic. Man, this room makes me nervous.